Welcome, friends, to Yaga's Little Hut. Inspirational and intuitive readings infused with folklore, fairy tale, and magic. I'm your host, Christy Coyote, and today we're taking a look at this amazing time that we have between supermoons and maybe get a little glimpse of what's happening for us for the rest of the year. So we're going to begin with a Lenormand deck, the Baba Yaga deck. Sometimes a little bit fierce, but we're not scared of that here. So we're going to start with picking 3 cards. Let's see here. Okay. Wah! All right. That one popped right out. And maybe this one. And here one from the middle. And with these cards, we're going to add a little bit of rock or stone work, some gemstones here. And with these cards, we're going to add a little bit of some different rocks. We have this beautiful heart-shaped carnelian found in a river in the Pacific Northwest in summertime. So kind of perfect. I think this is going to go on the far side here on group number 3. We also have this lovely Malachite for group number 2. And for group number 1, we have a Jasper. And this Jasper, again, was found in a river in the Cascades. And this is a split stone. It's got both yellow and red Jasper in it. So it's going to go with group number 1. So I'm going to give you a few minutes. Just take your time and think intuitively about which group is calling to you. And see you back in a few moments. Okay, dear group number 1, you were drawn to this big, beautiful carnelian, this agate. I had to reach deep for this one. Gorgeous, gorgeous, with some bands. You can see some bands in there. Carnelian, of course, it's a very protective stone. So we're just going to place that right up here beside our lovely butterfly. And let's get started. The mortar and pestle. So typically in the Lenormand deck, this particular card, the 7 of clubs, is the mouse card or the mice card. And in this particular deck, from the Baba Yaga tradition, was substituted the mortar and pestle. Now, if you know anything about the story of Baba Yaga rides around in a mortar and pestle through the skies, terrifying anyone that she might come across. And anyone that was to see her fierceness might have some great fear and perhaps even some insecurities going on there. So fear and insecurities, we're going to have to get some information about that. Of course, we're going to put this card right over here. And I'm going to reach for another Lenormand deck. Gorgeous little deck here. I'm going to put all the descriptions of what I use or the cards that I use today over in the notes, of course. So we're going to pick some of these and see if we can't get a little more information. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what about all right. Let's go bottom to top to middle. Okay. Let's see what these beautiful cards have to say for us. We've got the stork. We've got fish in the middle. And we have the whip. So it looks like group number 1, you might be dealing with a few things. Maybe even where scarcity of resources is concerned. The fish, however, in the center here is the card of abundance. So you actually have 2 opposite cards and 2 opposite energies happening in your reading today. You have what is typically the mice card, which is now the mortar and pestle of the Baba Yaga, and you have the fish. So you have polarities happening. And how you deal with that is what we're probably going to be focusing on today in today's reading as we pull out the tarot cards. The stork and the whip. The whip can indicate that there is some drama going on. Imagine that, drama. So there's drama going on in this circumstance, this kind of very black and white. Are there enough resources to do what I need to do, to make the changes that I need to make? But it is showing the stork is a definite card for you, a kind of a wake-up call telling you that it is time to change, it's time to shake this up, and it's time to get back on track so that you're not living in between 2 polarities. All right, we're going to get some more information here. Okay. Here we go. These beautiful folklore cards, Folklore Tarot. And we're just looking for some more information about how you might use the energies that are occurring for the rest of these wonderful celestial cycle that's happening for us in the month of August. So many things are happening. It's a good time to work on things. All right, let's get a couple more here. Let's see, this one kind of peeking out. What do you think? Let's go for this. All right. Here we go. Let's see if we can have a little more information about this. So we have the 6 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and we have the 8 of Cups. Okay, so dear group number 1, it looks like that there's definitely some pretty strong emotions and drama happening in this spread for you around the aspect that you're working with. However, again, you have drawn a card of change. So directly, diagonally from the Lenormand stork, we have the 8 of Wands, which is the card of change. So the fact that that card of change is progressing from left to right, I would say this is a very good sign for you. And that also it's coming from, so the 6 of Cups, I'm having a feeling that this is coming from something that you've been dealing with since childhood. You know, there might be even some nostalgia that is involved in the situation, but it's something that you have been dealing with for quite some time, and it is something that you are trying to escape. Something that you are trying to escape that has perhaps pushed you in this fear and scarcity and insecure place. And what you're wanting to get to is a change into more abundance, but without all of the drama that is involved with it. Okay, so we're going to get a few more cards here, and I'm going to reach again for the Baba Yaga Lenormand deck and see what we've got. See if we can get some more information about where this is going and what aspects that you could be working with here. This card kind of wanted to come out. All right, and this one. Oh, and that one. Okay, and here we go. Let's flip these over and see if we can't get any more information. Ooh, that's good. We've got the sun. We've got the anchor. And we have Yaga's little hut. Okay, group number one. This is actually, these are wonderful cards to get. So the sun is the card of success and warmth and illumination. It's really a wonderful card to get as we are still in the sign of Leo. We also have the anchor, and the anchor is the card of security. And that is right beside the house. So in the traditional deck, of course, the house is just your typical house, usually that is depicted on the card. And the house is, again, a place of comfort, a place of stability, and a place of security. Yaga's house is a magic house, of course, and it stands upon two chicken legs that move it around to different locations and allows it to twirl. And having a magic house in your possession is definitely something that is most fortuitous, group number one. So again, it looks like we're going from a lot of insecurity and a lot of fears. And this insecurity and fears has to do with some drama, some sorrow, some things that have been happening in your life, perhaps something that you've been holding on for a very long time. And all of this indicates that this is a great time for you, group number one, to move out of that, to kind of ride this energy wave that's happening right now and go with the change so that you're going into a wonderful place of stability and security. And you having the sun in this last row here shows some really great success with that. So all in all, I would think that that is a wonderful indication that things are going to be changing. It might take a little work. It might take you, dear group one, to step out of the drama. Getting out of that drama is, I think, would be a very good place to start. And the fact that you got the Magic House as your very, very last card that you have in this spread, I would think that maybe think about reaching deep for your intuition, reaching deep for your own personal magic, whatever that means to you, and letting that guide you and be your anchor as you're searching for this new place of abundance and this new place of security that you are coming into. And I think I'm going to draw one more card for you, group number one, and we're going to be drawing from the Kim Kranz Archetype deck. This is a wonderful, beautiful deck. If you've never seen it, I just love her work. And let's see if we've got any energies that you could also be thinking about as we're going through. Let's see, this one kind of when it comes out here. All right, the womb. I would be doing you a disservice without talking just a tiny bit more about the magic of Yaga's chicken-legged house. These wonderful cards come with some pretty cheeky quotes from Baba Yaga as well. However, if you know anything about the house and the stories, there's always a rhyme or a secret mantra, I would say, that, or a secret spell that makes that little house stop spinning. Sometimes the little house is spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Maybe the way you have been spinning in the situation that you find yourself in. And this particular deck, there's a lot of different interpretations about, and a lot of different rhymes that go with the spinning of the house. But in this deck, this is the one that we're given. Little house, stand in the old way as your mother set you, with your face to me and your back to the sea. So take that as you might, dear group number 1, and feel free, if you're drawn to any of the other groups, feel free to join us for the other 2 readings, and leave me some comments below to see how this went for you. All right, good luck. Hello, group number 2. Welcome. You chose the wonderful red and yellow jasper. It was found in a river in the Cascade Mountains, and I just loved how there's this clear line. There's a very clear line between the red jasper and the yellow jasper, and that jasper's a wonderful stone for protection, of course, and also jasper is great for healing and insight, can facilitate those things, and the fact that there's this clear line, maybe that's something you're working with. So we're going to put this over here. And dear group number 2, let's get started. The snake. It looks like we had some themes in the first group too, the group with the carnelian. The snake in the traditional Lenormand deck would have to do with possible deception. Something about the situation doesn't seem right. There could be something going on. I tend to interpret this card in a very different way, just because I love snakes, and they're remarkable creatures that offer a lot of wisdom about how to be in life. And so if the snake is ever something that has called to you, that could be something to think about. They also shed their skin, so they're a wonderful card of transformation, which would pair well with your jasper. So let's get a little bit more information about this. I'm going to reach for another Lenormand deck and start with a couple of cards. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Seems like maybe this one. This one. Oh, there's 2 there. Let's just go. I'm going to take this one actually, because I feel like this one really wants to come forward for us today. Okay. All right. Group number 2. Let's see what's being said here. So we have the scythe. We have a letter. And we have the anchor. See a lovely picture of an hourglass with an anchor here in the bottom of the glass. Okay, here we go. Interesting cards, group number 2. Let's see if we can get some insight into this. So The Scythe, of course, is a card of cutting away. And it's not exactly the same as the... it would be a very... almost a little bit... It could be a warning. However, I would say that it would be, it could also speak to the severing of something. So if you did interpret the snake card as there is something not quite right, something deceptive going on in your life or in an aspect or of your situation, you could take note that there is a reckoning about to occur and a cutting away of that. And there would be also some form of communication, some form of communication that would be happening that would lead to this reckoning or to lead to the severance. What I would say by the anchor, having the anchor at the end of this line, is that this is a good thing. Like, you want this to happen. Severing yourself from that particular situation can give you a stability that you need in your life. And interestingly enough, the anchor also made its way into the reading for group number 1. So if you feel drawn to group number 1 for any reason, that big, beautiful carnelian heart that was there, then I would say maybe go back and take a look at that. You could be getting some information from both. It seems like this reading also has this kind of, there's some crunchy aspects in this. There's some kind of tenuous situations that might be happening. But we're going to get some more information. I'm going to pick up another deck. Okay, and we're just going to give it a good shuffle here and see if we can't get some more information. And this, of course, this reading is focusing on some energies or some things that you might focus on in between these two supermoons. We're smack dab in the middle, a little further than that, between two supermoons. It's a blue moon in August, and there's all kinds of energies going on, especially where change has to do with it. So let's see if we can get some more info for you. I'm going to take another one from the bottom of the deck here. Okay. We have the Four of Wands. And we have the Ten of Swords. And we have the Chariot. Interesting cards here, group number 2. Okay, dearies. Definitely some shifty things happening here for you. And so this line starts out with the Four of Wands, which is a card of community and coming together, even collaboration. And then it's followed directly by the Ten of Swords. So I would say that I would read the snake in the traditional way in this particular spread, because the Ten of Swords is also the card of betrayal. So it could be that you were maybe a part of some group or a part of a project or a part of a business. Maybe this has to do with your job. But there is definitely a betrayal happening, and this feeling of being betrayed happening. That seems to be, it's going to become, a severance from that is going to happen very quickly, however. This could indicate that this is already going on. Maybe it's something that you've just come to realize. Maybe that's something that's going to reveal itself quickly to you in some form of communication. But let me just say that the ending cards on both of these rows are very positive. So, of course, we talked about the anchor before, and right below that, the last card on this line is the Chariot. And I love this particular version of the Chariot. Let's see if you can see that. This is no normal horse here. This is Odin's horse. And Odin's horse was born from Loki and has 9 legs to ensure that it runs so much faster than a regular horse. So there is great deal amount of energy and action that's going to get you out of this situation. The Chariot is a high energy card, and the fact that it is in the same spread with the Scythe, it's just going to be quick. It's going to happen really quickly. It might suck at the time. It's not going to feel really great. However, know that when it's over and you're rushed out of there on a new energy, that things are going to stabilize for you. Okay? Let's draw a few more from the Baba Yaga deck. Let's see what... Got one. Got a little card. It's up here. Okay, let's see what the Yaga has to say about this situation. All right. What it might bring about for you, some things you can think about as this is all... Wow, okay. That jumped right out. There's quite a few cards here. I was only going to do 3. But I tell you what, I'm going to lay these over to the side here. We're going to read all 5 of them because they decided that they wanted to come out. Okay. And you do not deny the Baba Yaga. Okay. So let's see. Where were we? Yes, talking about the mortar and pestle. So this is taking the place of the traditional mice card because the Baba Yaga, as many of you know, flies around the dark wood in her mortar and pestle, instilling fear in all those who might see her. And it's the card of fear, the card of insecurities. Could also be card of scarcities, but I'm thinking that fear and insecurity as it pertains to this situation, this feeling of something being very wrong, something, maybe even a betrayal going on with you. It's followed, however, by the wonderful card of intuition. This, in the traditional Lenormand deck, is the woman card. And if you know the story of the Baba Yaga and Vasilisa, there is a little doll that is passed down from the mother who had died when Vasilisa was very young. And this doll, Vasilisa would keep it in her pocket, and it would help her anytime that there was a situation, a very dire situation going on, okay? And the little doll would jump up and down and help Vasilisa get through these difficult situations that the Baba Yaga would put in front of her. It also would say wonderful things like morning is wiser than evening, which I always think is a good phrase to remember. The card of intuition, the little doll or the woman, is followed by an open book. So it could be, I like how this is working on a diagonal here. It could be, especially that you do have also the letter here. I'm thinking that something is going to be revealed to you. It's going to be revealed very, very quickly. And as it is revealed, then you're going to be able to move on. And the key, which is just that, just what we're talking about. This is the key. It is the key to all of this. It's the key to this situation. It's the key to using the energy of this time, the energy that's being gifted to you, almost like a mythic, supernatural kind of energy. And that energy is the key that you need to get out and carve your own path. Go out on your own. This could mean if some of you are working, sometimes I see the fox as maybe a small business or some sort of career path that you may be having. But whatever this is for you, the key to riding the energy of the now, riding the energy of this moment in this, is to remember that you do have this magical force within you. Use your intuition, leave behind fear and insecurities, and go forth with the knowledge that you know how to make it on your own. You know how to do this group number 2, and you can do it. This is a very interesting spread. I know that it sounds a little dire. However, I do believe it ends very well with you, with very, very blessed, very stable, and that the key is that you are carving your own path with this. We're going to draw one more card. And this card is coming from the Kim Kranz Archetype deck. It's a beautiful deck if you've never seen it. Ooh, too many cards. Seen it before? Let's see. The Kim Kranz Archetype deck. Let's see if you get any other messages here. It's a wonderful deck to pair with these round Baba Yaga cards, another round deck, and oh, lovely. This has been coming up a lot lately. The Queen. What more can we say? The Queen is the goddess incarnate on this earthly plane, or this earthly realm we find ourselves in. And I think that this is clearly telling you that you're going to come out of this with a lot of power and a lot of wisdom and a lot of intuitive knowledge, and that you're going to feel pretty powerful after this occurs. That you're going to, and this is interesting, I'm going to point this out. So we actually have 3 snakes on the table. So going from the snake as being some sort of deception to being the master of the serpent, you'll see in the Queen's hand, she actually holds the serpent. And the myth and lore of serpents is deep. And I would suggest to you, Group 2, that maybe you do a little research about that there might be some additional wisdom held for you in working with some snake energy. So there you go. All in all, a wonderful spread. Looks like that you are going through some rocky times. However, dear Group 2, I would say things are definitely looking up for you. Please leave me any kind of comments below. I always love to hear what people are thinking, or how this may pertain to a situation. Again, there are some interesting parallels to the first reading, and you may want to go back and take a look at that as well. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. Our question again, or our area of focus, has to do with the energies or aspects that you might be working with during this time between supermoons, and maybe asking some questions about how to better move forward with what you're dealing with. You choose the Malachite. This is actually a very beautiful one. Lots of druzy in that. Malachite is the stone of transformation. So we're going to put that right over here. And let's see what this reading has in store for you. Interestingly enough, you get the stork. So the stork is about movement and about moving forward with things. And it is the card of transformation. So that together with Malachite is giving us a wonderful idea of what this reading is all about. Okay, I'm going to draw some additional cards from another lovely Lenormand deck. Okay, let's see what else have we got going on here during this time between Supermoons. Let's take this one. Whoa! This actually wants to come out as well, and I usually don't do 3 in a row, but there they were. 1, 2, 3. Okay, group number 3. Let's see what you're going to be working with. So the first card we've got is the fish, and the fish. Second card is the whip. And the third card is letter. So interestingly enough, all 3 of these cards have shown themselves today in other readings. So I would suggest, dear group number 3, that you would perhaps go back and look at either group number 1 or group number 2's reading, because there are some of the same cards that are showing in your spread as well. So you are in for some change. And with the stork card, it's usually quite a literal change. So dealing with the material realm of things, like maybe perhaps a change in jobs, a change in living situations, but it is a card of movement. So you definitely are going to be moving in some way, shape, or form. The fish is the card of abundance in the Lenormand deck. So directly after the fish, however, we have the whip. And the whip could bring a little bit of drama with this. We've got some really positive cards here, so I'm not seeing this as being like something that, might be inhibiting to this transformation or this change that is occurring for you, but just know that it is something to look for, and that is followed directly by a correspondence, a letter, receiving a message of some sort, and the drama can come in the message. They are paired right beside of each other. However, with the card of abundance leading us off here, I would say that maybe you would be expecting an offer. It could be that you are having a career change. There's going to be a job. Something is going to be offered to you in the form of correspondence, and it's not without a little bit of drama around it. It's just something to keep in mind. Let's get a little bit more information about this group number 3. We're going to pull 3 of these lovely Folklore Tarot cards. All of the decks that I use. All the decks that I use will be listed in the notes, of course. So here we go. We're going to take this one, and we're going to take this one, and we're going to take this one. All right. All right, group 3. Let's see what we've got here, shall we? We have the Magician. We have the Queen of Swords. And we have, wonderful card, the Ten of Cups. Okay, dear group number 3, this is a wonderful second line for you, I have to say. It starts off with the Magician. And in this deck, they chose to represent the Magician as a dragon. And so much myth and lore around the dragon. I've known quite a few dragon people in my life, and they're very powerful people. They carry with them a lot of confidence, and I would say that, and the ability to draw upon their wisdom and their magic in order to move forward in a very confident way in this situation. Dragons, in some traditions, guard treasure and gold. You're coming into this with a lot of power and a lot of confidence. So this change, this transformation, this that you're going to be coming into, even though there's a little bit of drama going on around it, I would say group number 3, you're going to be just fine. The Queen of Swords. So in the Folklore Tarot deck, the Queen of Swords is actually depicted as a siren, and as many of you know, sirens sing the song of all the knowledge of the world, and that's why Odysseus had to be tied to the mast of his ship, because their song contained so much truth and so much beauty that he didn't want to lose his mind, but he wanted to hear it. And so I would say that you're going to be hearing some absolutes, some absolute truths, some things about the situation are, the communication is going to contain a lot of truth about it. And again, this might bring a little bit of drama, but you're going to be moving forward very confidently. And this line ends in the 10 of Cups, which is the card of harmony, the card of all things working out, abundance, all things good coming out of this spread. So I'm going to pull 3 more from this really fun Baba Yaga Lenormand deck and see if there's any more messages that we might... that one just flipped right around, so we're going to get that one, of course. If it's just dancing right around, spinning like Baba Yaga's house, we're going to definitely choose that one. Okay, let's see what these last 3 cards have to say. Ooh, the Sun, the Ship, and the Heart. Oh, this is lovely, lovely, lovely group 3. So the Sun, of course, is it's the card of success. It's the card warmth, success, whatever this is that you're working on, whatever this transformation is. Perhaps, like I said before, perhaps it is a move, perhaps it's a job. You got both the stork and the ship. This is a very literal, you're gonna be moving. So pack your bags. There is some movement happening for you, and that movement is backed by a lot of strength, a lot of success, a lot of energy, both with the Sun and the Dragon. Abundance. You're going to have what you need in order to manifest this, and that is going to bring about your heart's desire. So most auspicious reading, group number 3, as we're seeing again this wonderful transformation, and just an exclamation point of bringing the awareness back with that Malachite. Totally supported. Again, there will be a tiny bit of drama occurring around it, perhaps where it has to be in that communication piece. You've got the siren, the Queen of Swords, directly below the whip. This could indicate that there is going to be a person There's going to be some truth telling happening, and that sometimes is hard. And at the same time, that's what's going to allow the success of you moving forward with this this adventure that you are going to head on, and to really get to this place of your heart's desire, where you're feeling in harmony with the things, all the things, in the flow, dear group number 3. Okay, we are going to pick one more card. I'm going to do it from the Kim Kranz Archetype deck. Another round deck. I'm really into these round things recently. Circles. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm just going to take this one on top. Ooh, the King. Awesome card for you to get. The King. Well, the King is the manifestation of the god on the earthly realm of things. The King holds the power. This is a power card. So you're going to hold within your hand the power to move forward successfully in this situation and this transformation that you're going to go through, and then be king of your world. I mean, king in a very non-gender specific way, of course, but ruling your own world, wielding the power. Nobody else is going to be giving you instruction anymore, dear group number 3. You are the king of your realm. And so it's a very beautiful spread, and I'm going to leave it at that. I would say that there were some interesting similarities in today's groups. You could go back and possibly watch group 1 or group 2 to get a little more in depth about the situation as it. Just one last thing, dearies. Caveat here, I'm not sponsored at all by these guys. However, I'm always sipping on some tea while I'm doing the readings, and this one is just lovely. It's blue moon tea. It's got chamomile, lavender, rose, and it's got butterfly pea powder in it. So I just have to show you the color of this tea, okay? Can you see that? Oh, it's so beautiful. It's like this beautiful color, and the smell is just divine. Divine cup of tea. I will put links in the notes, however, in case you'd like to try a cup. It is delicious. So good.